More questions, not very.
Okay.
One is, you may not have anything to contribute to this, but as Mark's office mates, do you have any comment on Mark's drafting abilities or on projects that he worked particularly long and hard on? That you can
Actual work.
mention?
Oh, yeah, the actual work, the stuff that isn't so fun, the things of working, day to day and coming in here and working on something that's going to be huge reform, and after months of doing it, it's kicked to the next session. Mark was, he could do things fast. He's super bright, understood the law, was really a first-class lawyer, but he was definitely the workhorse too. He could really, grind it. What I liked was having Mark as being the guy that I could bounce something off of. He was not just a tax lawyer. People forget that Mark he was fearless in going into any area of the law. And in terms of helping the office out, people forget that he spent 1 year after our very good friend Greg Scott had left and was head of the Armed Services Committee, or did the work for the Armed Services Committee. Mark took over and did the Defense Authorization Bill for a year. No background in defense. We all know how much work that can be. And, he actually volunteered once it became obvious that it was a huge office need. And, he jumped right in. He's simply not intimidated of any kind of work or any kind of area. Always knew that he could figure it out and would do a good job. I just loved having him to bounce ideas off of. If I ever got something, particularly once I was senior counsel and had been here for many years, if I got something that I hadn't seen before, I thought, boy, this was really pretty unusual. And to be able to just say, hey, Mark, have you seen this before? If Mark hadn't seen it before either, then I knew this was a new problem, or this was something that was different. Or just asking him about certain approaches on day-to-day, things. Like he'd say, I wanted to draft it this way. And sometimes he'd say, well, in tax law, this is the way we would structure it. And every once in a while, that crazy sort of tax code stuff actually was a pretty good thing to steal from. He was just, he is a terrific lawyer.